In this module, we will learn about different rulers of Delhi from 12th century to 15th century. Our capital Delhi has a long history. People have continuously inhabited Delhi from the 6th century. However, it didn't become a major city until the early 12th century. During the 12th century, the Chauhans conquered the city of Delhi and transformed it into an important commercial center. In 1192, with the defeat of Prithviraj Chauhan, Delhi again changed hands, and now, for the first time, it came under Muslim rule established by Muhammad Ghori. In 1206, Ghori appointed one of his generals, Qutbuddin Aibak, as the governor of Delhi. Thus was established the first Muslim dynasty in the Indian subcontinent at Delhi. It was called the Mamluk dynasty. From 1206 to 1526, Delhi was ruled by many rulers of different Muslim dynasties. They all preferred the title of Sultan, and so this period of history came to be known as the Delhi Sultanate. It started with the Mamluk dynasty and was followed by the Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. After Qutbuddin Aibak, his son-in-law Shamsuddin Iltutmish took over the throne of Delhi. Iltutmish passed on the reign of Delhi to his daughter Razia, as she was more capable than his sons. She was the only woman ruler from the Delhi Sultanate to rule Delhi. In 1266, after Razia, Balwan, the chief advisor to Razia's brother, ruled Delhi. He was the last of the Mamluk ruler. After his death in 1287, Delhi went under the control of the Khilji dynasty. The first ruler from the Khilji dynasty was Jalaluddin Khilji. He was succeeded by Alauddin Khilji, an excellent administrator, who influenced many rulers of the following generations. In 1316, the death of Alauddin Khilji brought the end of the Khilji dynasty. The Tughlaq came in the next. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the first emperor of the Tughlaq dynasty. He ruled over Delhi till 1325 and was succeeded by his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In 1351 AD, Muhammad bin Tughlaq died and Firoz Shah Tughlaq became the next ruler. After his death, the Tughlaq dynasty became weak. In 1398, Tamur from Central Asia attacked India so as to loot and plunder it. Delhi was in ruin after his attack. Tamur appointed Khazir Khan as the governor of Multan and Sindh. He appointed Khazir Khan as the governor of Multan and Sindh and left India. Later, Khazir Khan founded the Sayyid dynasty, who ruled Delhi and was taken over by the Mubarak Shah. After his death, the dynasty didn't last long, and Bahlol Lodi established the Lodi dynasty in 1451. After him, his son Sikandar Lodi took over the rule of Delhi and shifted his capital to Agra. He was succeeded by Ibrahim Lodi in 1517, but was unable to gain the support by the nobles, who started fighting again among themselves and began feuding against Ibrahim for power. Finally, Daulat Khan Lodi, the governor of Punjab and uncle of Ibrahim, invited Babur. They invited Babur to invade India. And in 1526, Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat and founded the Mughal Empire in India, and so ended the rule of the Lodi dynasty over Delhi. This was also paving the way for the formation of the Mughal Empire in India. You have now reached the end of this module, the Delhi Sultans. And in this module, you learned that how Delhi became the capital city after the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in the 13th century. And the Delhi Sultanate consisted of 5 dynasties, namely the Mamluk, Khilji, Tughlaq, Sayyid, and Lodi dynasty. It was all about the advent of Delhi Sultanate to India. That is all. Thank you.